Hey guys, welcome to my new studio. I have did some hardware upgrades and I have also did some software upgrades. I have went from Bandicam over to OBS. Big change for me. Get it out of the way is, hey, if you like my videos and you like to be notified when I do upload a new one, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe button. Appreciate it, guys. Other than that, this is my new series on Eve's Not Complicated Enough. Also, at the same time, I am going to review some fits of people we have killed in the past. One of the players actually asked me if I could actually give them a better fit for their stabber, and I am going to try to do that in this situation. On the board, I end up having PYFA up, which is a great tool. It's probably the best tool that we have right now for out of game to give you the raw numbers for your ships. So in this video, I'm going to end up showing you a fit that the player had and my modifications to his fit to make it better. Now we're going to talk about the stabber. Stabber is a cruiser class, is a Tech 1 ship. Also at the same time, it's a brawler. Now in the fit that I'm going to show you here of the player, real quick, at the highs he ends up having the Vulcan autocannon Tech 2s. As you can see, in the optimal range is 1.6, and the fall off or the plus will be 26. For those that don't know, the farther the target is from the optimal range, the less damage you will apply to the ship. He also has rapid light missiles, launchers, Tech 2s. You get 42 Ks with them. It's only 2 of them. It really is not giving you that extra high DPS that you think you're going to get out of it. It's just a filler, what most players actually put on their fits. And then we're going to go to the mid slots. We're going to end up putting on a 50 MN resistant micro warp drive. That's your speed prop mod, shield extender, and a warp disruptor, otherwise known as a long point for the veterans. And in the lows, you're going to have gyro stabilizer and then tracking enhancers to fill out the bottom. And then on the rigs, you're looking at a current router, and polycarbon engine housing is going to fill out the last 2 slots on it. These 2 rigs, I have no idea why the player actually put it on there, but he probably got the fit from a veteran player, which thought that it made sense. And let's go over the stats. You're looking at effective hit points on this fit is 16,300, which is pretty low for the fit itself. The resistance that's on the ship basic, as you can see here, it's shield. You're looking at 0 for EM, 20 for thermal, 40 for kinetic, and 50 for explosive. Now at the same time, you're also looking at the weapon damage is a total overheated is 437. Yes, 437 is your total DPS. That is including Warrior 2s that are at the lows here. Now the engine carbon polymer, or what is it called? Engine carbon engine house, or polymer carbon engine housing, helps out with your speed. As you can see on this fit, down here at the bottom is 2,714. And if you remove those polymer carbon engine housing off of the fit goes down to roughly 2,455. So you're not really getting that much out of it for those 2 rig slots. That's the reason why I think it's a bad idea. The low slots on this fit, gyro stabilizers, great. Those are great for this fit. But then you have the tracking enhancements that are on it. I'm going to be honest with you, they only add, with both of them on the rig or on the ship, you're only looking at an extra 3, to be offhand, yeah, 3 extra Ks of optimal range on it. you going in close, you don't need the tracking enhancers. Really, you don't. The mids is fine. I would actually substitute the warp disruptor for a scram, but that is what the fit is. Now, with the highs, you end up having, when we kill this guy, he ends up having EMP, Republic Fleet EMP ammo in his Vulcan autocannons, which is a lower DPS than using the Hell. So Hell ammo, which would have gave him a lot more. If I actually go back and put in the Vulcan and put in Hell ammo, it brings it up to 539 overheated. So you're looking at roughly, just give me a second. You're looking at 100 some DPS difference. If he would have went in with Hell, he would have definitely been able to chop down something. But I'm going to give you a alternate fit, which I think overall is better than what the guy actually had on the ship. And we're going to go right over to it. In this fit, in the highs, we still have the Vulcans, so we end up putting in Hell ammo. In the mid slots, we're going to end up having the micro warp drive is going to stay the same, shield extender is going to stay the same, but we took off the disruptor and put a scram on. So if we get to the target, we can scram him, turn off his micro warp drive, and we can orbit him at 5Ks, 4Ks. It doesn't really matter. In the lows, we went with gyro stabilizers, 3 of them, and then a damage control. Now, this is actually going to help out with your EHP overall. And then we end up leaving the current router, and then we put in defensive shield shield extenders, ones in there to buff up your mid slots. As your mid slots, you have 2 shield extenders on them, 2 large shield extenders. So we're going to end up buffing, giving them more hit points overall. So if you go to the right here of PYFA, you'll end up seeing, instead of 16,300, you're at 24,600. And the resistance profile is still the same. Damage wise, it goes up 550. That's with drones and overheating. And at the same time, your speed is 2,455. It's a little less on the speed, but from the last fit, it didn't make that big difference. You're going to get to the target anyway, and you get to apply your DPS. So overall, this is a better fit when it comes to DPS platform and also hit points. So I'm going to end up putting this fit into the graph that's going to be above me here. The player's fit that we end up killing, and the fit that I had come up with. And as you can see, at 10Ks here on the distance, you end up seeing that the green line is my fit compared to the player's fit. And you can see, get within that 5Ks, 4 to 5Ks. You're looking at DPS wise, I'm doing close range about 620, and he's doing 514. Remember, I end up having more hit points than him, so this gives me the advantage regardless of my DPS. If we swapped and we actually put on the player's fit, switch it, and we put on Hail Ammo, you're going to see the red chart actually go up. So they're almost equal. Even in this case, you're looking at, even at 4Ks, they're roughly doing the same amount of DPS, but he has less hit points than I do. So in this fight, I will win regardless of what his DPS is. But this is just an introduction to PYFA, and also introduced to the new channel chapter that I have. I want to thank you guys for giving me a chance to explain PYFA and show you some fits.